Hey there. Hi, fellow Fijians. Good afternoon from Leeds. Currently staying at my brother Neil's place here in Leeds, which invariably you'll have heard me talk about. So, for my reaction, I wanted to share a few things. I've talked quite a lot about the difference between New York and UK food culture. Especially, I've talked about it with Patricia quite a bit because she worked in a supermarket when she lived in the UK. So, like any good Yorkshireman, we find me drinking Yorkshire tea. Have this quite a lot at home in New York. My partner Beth, who incidentally works at Trader Joe's, is quite partial to Yorkshire tea. So, it's also got me thinking about some of the other more mundane differences between US and UK food culture. In the US, we have, or at least in the circles I operate in, there's this view of anything European is better quality, sustainable, nicer in general. By the way, my brother Neil is recording this. You might get to meet him in a bit. And he's just nodding his head when I'm saying that. So, I was thinking about some of these things, and I'm just wondering how true they are. So, I've got here some vegetables that I dug out of the fridge just before. So, you can see here I've got some peppers. And you'll notice that they're shrink wrapped in plastic. They came from, if I had to guess, Aldi, which is a lot more popular here than it is in the U.S., although we do have some Aldis in the U.S. Off the top of my head, there's one in Rego Park in the Rego Center in Queens. And it just got me thinking that why do we have to wrap vegetables or fruit in plastic? You can see here I'm holding some grapes, which are well past their expiry date. And they're in this plastic tub here. Same goes for these tomatoes. And these are also well past their expiry date, almost a month. And so it got me thinking, why do we do this? We wrap everything in plastic. The amount of plastic waste that is generated in British supermarkets is probably actually worse than in the US, or at least New York. We've also got here some well, I would know these as scallions. Here, we'd call them spring onions. And actually, according to the label here, they're just known as bunched salad onions. I don't know about you. I wouldn't call them that. For me, these are just scallions or spring onions, depending on the country I'm in. So I wanted to share with you some of these differences that, they're there, but I don't really think about them much. Later, Neil and myself and the dog and two of his kids, my nephews, we're going to be heading out very shortly. We're going to stop at a supermarket. It's probably going to be Sainsbury's in the center of Headingley. Headingley is kind of my spiritual home. It's the spiritual center of Northwest Leeds. And we're going to have a quick look around there, and we'll see what else we come across. So thanks for joining. So, we find ourselves at Moortown Sainsbury's. Moortown is actually the kind of the heart of the Jewish community here in Leeds. Obviously, as a New York Jew myself, I'm always struck that Leeds has the third largest Jewish community here in the UK after London and Manchester. But the kind of availability of Jewish food, kosher food, is comparatively so small. So we're in the fruit and vegetable section. We were talking about that before. You can see here how we've actually got some root stuff here, which a few years ago you never really had. But you've also got some bag stuff like these sweet peppers or shallots. And you can see he's finally starting to get loose stuff like we'd have in the States. So we're going to pause very quickly and go down to the very small kosher section. So, as I was saying before, for me, as a Jew from New York, I'm always struck by how little or comparatively small the selection there is. See right behind me, this is the extent of the kosher section, or at least the refrigerated kosher section. And FIIJ, this is actually a lot. Probably most other supermarkets would have nothing, quite honestly. And yeah, that pretty much is it. Really enjoyed being part of the FIIJ seminar. Learned a lot, especially when it comes to differences in food culture. So just want to wish everyone a great summer and see you in the fall. Bye.